What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jason Rains, your KC seller for RE/MAX Elite Realtors. This is gonna be a shorter little segment today, but I wanted to make sure to shoot it because 1 week ago today, today's July 1st, so 1 week ago, the 24th of June, CNBC published an article that named the #1 city in the world to travel to and to work from. So if you wanna know what city that was, stay tuned. Now, before I reveal what the #1 city was, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I need you to click the subscribe button and click the little notification bell next to that so you're notified every time I drop a new video, which is twice per week. Really, you guys, this channel is all about working, living, playing, everything to do with Kansas City. So if that's kind of what you're into or you're thinking about moving to Kansas City, you want to learn more about it, then this is the channel for you. Okay, so let's get to it, you guys. See, NBC came out, #1 city in the world, which shouldn't be a big surprise because this channel is all about Kansas City. So #1 city in the world was Kansas City. And that's been the segment for this video. No, I'm joking with you guys. All right, so let's really get into it though and kind of go over why they ranked Kansas City #1. Here we go. So more specifically, Kansas City was named #1 city to work from during the day and then explore after hours without having to take too much paid time off. Now, you might be saying, who comes up with such a thing, right? So in this one, CNBC published an analysis that was actually done by Icelandair. Hey, we'll take what we can get when it comes to good publicity, right? Okay, so real quick, I didn't say this at the beginning of the video. We're actually in Union Station right now. I don't know if you see behind me, really big tourist destination here in Kansas City. And if you want to learn a little bit more about this in the area, go find our other video where we talk about this part of downtown Kansas City, okay? So now kind of getting back to why Kansas City was named #1, it's actually, we have to dive a little bit deeper, okay? It's actually the #1 city to work from during the day and then explore after hours without having to use a whole bunch of time off, okay, from work. And you might be thinking like, Jason, who comes up with that small of like a demographic as far as like running a study, right? This one actually came from Icelandair. So CNBC posted the article that was done by Icelandair, and that's kind of how that ball got rolling. And I know probably you're thinking like Icelandair, like really, they studied this stuff? Hey, we're just gonna call it what it is. We're gonna take all the good publicity we can get and we're gonna go with it. So one of the main things that was looked at in determining the #1 city was tourist attractions, right? And Kansas City has a ton of stuff, you guys. Stuff that I'm not even really into, so it doesn't really cross my radar. And probably more things than I can even think of, but you know, I'm into sports, so they got a ton of sports stuff here. We got the Royals, we got the Chiefs, we got NASCAR racing, we got minor league hockey, all sorts of different sports stuff. But if you're not into sports and you're into arts, we got the Nelson Atkins Art Museum. If you're into music, we got the Kauffman Center for the Performing Arts. So really it's just like all this other stuff. And then we got Union Station, again, where we are. We got Liberty Memorial, which is the only World War I museum in the entire nation. So we just got a ton of different things, right? So when Icelandair was looking at all this stuff, they really looked at attractions from the top 115 global cities, and then narrowed it all the way down to Kansas City being #1. But really, attractions was just one part of that. Okay, now while attractions were a big part of coming up with the #1 city on this list, there are also things like cost of living, work, ease of healthcare, commute times, environmental factors, and some other things. All that went into determining what the #1 city was. If you're wondering what the other cities were, I'm actually gonna read it off a list I have right here because there's no way I'm gonna remember all 10 cities, okay? So I'm gonna look down, but I'm reading the list. So #1, obviously Kansas City. #2 was Vienna, Austria. #3 was Wellington, New Zealand. #4 was Copenhagen, Denmark. 5 was Edinburgh, UK. 6 was Victoria, Canada. 7 was Perth, Australia. 8 was Frankfurt, Germany. 9 was Brisbane, Australia. And #10 was Helsinki, Finland. And yes, I might have butchered some of those names, but you get the idea. Those were the top 10 out of the 115 cities looked at. So now you might be thinking, what about bigger cities like LA, New York, or another similar city like that, right? Well, they didn't make the list because honestly, they suck, right? Like that's why you guys should be moving to Kansas City. That's why you're watching this channel and thinking about moving here, right? Because you want to get away from those busy cities. And honestly, like, yes, they suck, but that's not the real reason they made the list. They made the list because when you think about those cities and you're in those cities, they're busy, right? It's hard to step away and get away from the everyday hustle and bustle of work. And that's why they didn't make the list. That's all I got for you guys today. That's it. I told you it's gonna be a short segment. Hopefully made it all the way through to hear why Kansas City was the #1 city to travel to for both work and play. If you guys are thinking about moving to Kansas City or you wanna know more about what it's like to live in Kansas City, definitely reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, whatever. Look me up on social media. Just know I got your back when moving to Kansas City. Again, as much as I like making these videos for you, I am a licensed realtor in the state of Kansas and the state of Missouri. So definitely reach out to me and let me help you find your next dream home. Until next time, have a great day.